Hey, buddy.
Right on.
Doing? I'm doing good, man. Thank you for taking some time to join us here at the Toddcast in Vancouver. So, how's the season so far?
Yeah, I think as you know, it's not the start we wanted, especially results-wise.
Yeah, it's early.
It is. But saying that again, it's not what we wanted in the season.
Right.
But this week especially has given us an opportunity to make some changes that we hope will help us turn it around.
Right. Fair enough. And how weird for the last couple of years with, the COVID pandemic and as a pro athlete, what did you make of the fake crowd noises being pumped into stadiums and playing to virtually no fans in the stands? Like, how weird was that?
Definitely different. But for me too, it was like I came up from the academy and then I went to the first team. So playing in like stadiums without fans was for me in the academy normal, like we played at different venues without fans. So that made it just feel like the same as a lot of academy playoff games or quarterfinals or semifinals that I'd played in before.
Right.
The fake crowd noise was definitely different. That was kind of weird. Playing at different venues and then like pumping stuff in. It's like, what is going on? Like, why am I hearing chants when nobody's here?
Totally, man. That's super weird. And like, can you pin it down? Like, how old were you when you were like, okay, maybe I can make it as a pro player?
Yeah, it's tough. It was always my dream since as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I think definitely coming on trial when I was 14 was like, wow, this could be an opportunity and that could lead somewhere one day. And then it really would have been when I was probably 15, 16, when I was like, okay, I really feel like I am good enough to get there and then progress through the stages and get to the next level.
Okay.
Obviously, there was tons and tons of work to be done through there and different steps. Coming into the academy, working through the levels, seeing what the first team was like, being with the youth national teams, and then each one of those, you're like, it's almost turning more and more into reality. So there's a lot of different spots in your career where you think like, okay, this is definitely something you could do.
Yeah, for sure. And you credit your grandfather for kind of getting you introduced and really ramped for the sport. He was a goalkeeper as well, was he not?
Yes, he was. He was a huge soccer fan, biggest one I know. And he would always watch my games, like playing with the national team. He'd be up in Czech Republic at like 3 a.m. watching on the big screen, no matter what. And he was all in it with me. He definitely introduced me, kind of helped me get a passion for the game. And that would have been one of the best things in the world if he was able to see me play with the first team and play professionally.
Okay. I was just going to ask you, he's not alive anymore?
No, yeah, he's not here with us anymore.
Oh, that's too bad. So we didn't get to see you to make it to the Whitecaps.
No,
but he saw you for the U18s, the U20s, the U23s, right? Like, you saw that.
Yeah, he did. So he was very proud.
And so what stands out? What are the things that still stand out from the U20, playing down in Costa Rica? What are the things that like you're always going to carry with you?
Yeah, that I think playing with the U20s in Costa Rica is one of the biggest, was a huge indicator in my career and gave me a lot of belief and confidence. I just joined the Whitecaps Academy when I was 17. And then I think 2 months came by and I went with the 18s with Canada. And then 4 months later, I was with the U20s. And I was like the youngest guy there. And it wasn't technically like my cycles in 97s, not the 99s.
Yeah.
And then my only goal, the entire went home in the Christmas break, was like set my mind on this U20s. Everything I did was all about that. Like my life was just surrounding getting into that. And then I got a call to come in out of like nowhere, like nobody could have expected it, but it was just what I set my mind to, what I prepared for, what I did, everything I possibly could. And I put it out there to motivate myself. And then once I got into that and played down there at the qualifiers as an underage player, that gave me the belief in my career to be like, okay, well, if I can set my mind to it and I put the work in and I truly do it, then I can do it. And that's when I was like, I can make it to the first team. I can be a professional footballer. I can put my mind to something and I can do it.
Awesome. And for you to think back to like when you're just a little kid, little tyke, what is your first soccer memory?
Yeah, okay. First soccer memory would be like probably like U4, U5, like raining pitch, just running up, like being a defender and the coach telling you can run up and go up. I think that's my earliest memory of the game.
Yeah. I had a few fan questions for you as well, Thomas. Trevor, and I like this question. Trevor says, they say that hockey goalies have a few bricks short of a load. They're crazy to play the position. Is the same thing true talking about soccer goalkeepers?
If you ask most people, they say, yeah the goalkeeper's got to be different. And for the most part, I agree. I think you diving at people's feet, putting yourself in the way of a ball. People are trying to score, trying to smash it at you, and you just got to stand there and take it. I think you got to have something different about you.
100%. Like how fast are those balls coming at you sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes they come pretty quick. I honestly don't even know how.
100K, do you think?
Yeah, something like that. I think I was more into the speed and stuff when I was a kid, but I have no idea anymore. There's definitely something about you. And I've definitely known a few crazy goalkeepers. So
yeah. Mike says, has he ever been starstruck by any players?
No, I think when you're out there and you're playing, you don't really notice it. Like everyone's just like another, like, maybe a player's tendency was a good quality player, their tendencies, like they're a dangerous player. And that's what you're thinking of more than like, oh my God, I'm on the same field as this guy. You're just like, I got to be prepared because this guy can do this and do that.
And you do that with every game, every player. Like, the key strengths.
We try to,
stuff, right?
Try to be as best prepared as you can. But saying that, like, even if a player has a tendency to do one thing, you never know what's going to happen in the actual game. So you just kind of like, you have it in your head and you kind of, that's their strength and you're ready. You try to be ready for it. But at the same time, every game is different. You're reading, you're just trying to stay present in the moment and do whatever you can. But yeah, sorry, to answer your first question, there hasn't anyone that was like really starstruck, but then maybe after you play and then like you're with your boys like 2 days later and you're like,
oh crap,
great.
I was just playing against.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we came up and we were like 12, like playing with this guy on FIFA and he was like a sick player. And now you're like, your friend is the one who's like kind of saying it. And you're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It goes pretty quick.
Yeah, true enough. Corey wonders, what's the best prank that you've been involved in?
Best prank I've been involved in. Oh man, I have no idea.
You pull pranks? Is there many pranks in the game?
Like in and around here, honestly, not really. I think like I like scaring people sometimes. Other people scare people. That's the best one I can say.
Okay.
In the academy on trips and stuff, we would scare each other, but that's about it.
All right. Steve goes, what's his standout memory so far from playing in the MLS?
Standout memory. There's a lot of different ones, but I think MLS is back stands out. When I made my debut, and then probably the game against Sporting Kansas City. I think that one again was like, okay, it's able to give me a lot of confidence, and as well as like prove to not only myself but everyone else that it's like, okay, I can play here, I can be here.
It's a good feeling, hey?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, Thomas, let's get quickly outside of soccer and what you're known for. Which TV shows have you been binge watching lately?
Jeez. Okay. I'm a big Suits guy. I like Suits.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah, so good. And like I've seen it a few times. I kind of just throw it on, and I can do other stuff on it because I'm not like I've seen it, so I'm not missing it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it never gets old for me.
Yeah, that's a great show. Are you a fan of all the superhero movies that are being made, like Deadpool?
Yeah.
Batman. Have you seen the new Batman yet?
Actually, I haven't seen the new Batman. I heard it wasn't. I was gonna go see it in theaters, and I heard it wasn't good.
Dude, it was so. Who'd you hear that from? It was so good, man. It's
really?
Like super dark, super gritty. Like it's sinister, man.
Hey. Really, I heard. I don't have like, what did it come out on? Did it come out on HBO right now?
I think it was on Crave.
Crave? Yeah, Crave. So I don't have Crave. My girlfriend has Crave, so I'm waiting for her to get over here, log into her account so I can watch it.
Yeah.
But I didn't go see it. Like 4 of my teammates went to go see it, and they all didn't like it.
Oh, really? No, man. I didn't want to go see it because I heard it was crappy too. And then a couple of my really close buddies who I've seen movies with are like, I know that they get what I like, and they're like, dude, how have you not seen this movie? And then I watched it last night. It's like, dude, it's so good, man.
Really?
So good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll have to make a decision on it.
You do like all the superhero flicks then?
Yeah, like what is like Moon Knight is out on Disney Plus right now. So I'm watching that. I'm like, the Marvel stuff is cool and like other stuff too.
But. Yeah. If you could have a superpower, which power would you want to have?
Tough one. Probably I got 2. Time travel or teleportation. One of those.
Teleportation. Ding.
That's what I would do.
Ding. And time travel, dude, would be like, where would you want to go? Where's the first time you'd want to go to?
I don't know.
Like, how cool would that be though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you could relive anything. You could change any kind of decisions. Like you could go see before you're even alive, go in the future. Like possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I think I cut you off. You were like, maybe, where would you go to? What time?
I honestly, I don't know. I think it depends. Depends what I'm feeling like.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I don't know where the first thing would be.
All right. What was the music like in your house as a kid growing up? What are your parents playing?
Yes, my parents are both from the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
So I would say they were ever playing music, it was like Czech music. And I don't know any Czech songs, if I'm honest, besides like Christmas carols.
Yeah, fair.
Because those are like the same every year.
Yeah.
So I can sing those, and I don't really I don't fully understand them sometimes because those are a bit weird, but
yeah,
I definitely those all the time.
Interesting. Okay, so what was your first concert that you went to then?
Oh, it's a funny one. Selena Gomez.
Really? When was that?
Yeah.
How old were you? When was that? Where was that? How old were you?
Saskatoon. I was probably like 14, 15. It was my first concert, so I hadn't gone to one before. Yeah. And I guess a lot of people don't come to Saskatoon all the time. And a ton of people from my school were going, so we were like, okay, why not? Never been. I'll go.
What was that like growing up in Saskatoon?
Yeah, so I only lived there for 3 years before I came here.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
It was high school, so it was cool. It was good for my like football development as a player because I was starting out in grade 9, but I was training with the university team every day and playing with them, and I was like playing in the men's league. So even though like the technical level wasn't as good there, when I was able to play with older people from a young age, so I think that was like a huge thing for my development.
Yeah.
Thankful that came into, and it also, yeah.
And I'm sure like those older people are like, holy crap, this little guy can play.
Yeah, I hope so. But,
yeah.
That was cool. And there wasn't like as much to do there, but it gave me a lot of time to like go out and train with my friends or train by myself. But it was cool. It's a tight-knit like community group. Everyone wants the best for each other. Yeah. So it's a family place. So it's good.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the Canucks? You watch hockey?
I watch a bit. Honestly, I was more into hockey when I was younger. Now I've kind of stepped away from it.
Okay. How about like MMA fights, UFC, Bellator, that kind of thing?
Not too much. If there's like a big fight, I'll watch, but
yeah. All right. I'll respect your time here, Thomas, and wrap it up here in a couple questions. It's an easy one. What's your favorite app on your phone?
Ooh.
Maybe it's not so easy.
Yeah, I'd say probably Instagram.
Oh, are you active on there?
Yeah, kind of.
Got it, yeah.
Not super. I mean, it's either Instagram or mail or weather, so.
Yeah, fair. Okay, last question. I guess it's not really a question, it's more of a story. Share a near-death story with us where you're like, holy crap, I could have just died there.
Okay. I don't have any.
You don't have
near-death story.
Well, you're
A
one
near
of the.
death. Do you have a near death story?
Do I personally?
Do you? Yeah,
Me?
yeah.
Oh, I have many. Yeah.
Oh, you got many?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
almost got hit by a train when I was in grade 3. Like
Uh,
literally, I could feel the rush of the air of the train as I'm running across this train trestle.
oh, no way.
And like I jumped off into like prickle bushes to get off away from this train, and like I felt the rush of that air as I'm jumping, right?
Yeah.
I got chased by a bear once, by a grizzly bear, when I was in grade
Oh my
5 or
God.
6.
Yeah.
And like I could feel that it felt like my whole body had, like, hair on your arm stand up. Hair on my body stood up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, I've had some dicey ones. I've had really bad air travel. I like was fully expecting to die on a WestJet flight between Vancouver and Calgary, just going to visit my mom.
What
Dude,
was
I've
going
had some.
on? So why?
I've had a few. Awesome.
Wow.
Thank you, Thomas, for taking some time here to join us. You're easy to find on social media, just strictly your name, Thomas Hasal. Good luck with the rest of the season. And thanks again. I guess we'll see you online. We'll see you on the pitch.
Okay. No, thank you. Appreciate this.